This is the AT-7, a British bunker of a tank. Although it doesn't really have as much armor as you'd wish, it does have some decent armor. It's also got one heck of a gun, having over 3,200 damage per minute. It's also got very good alpha at 225, great penetration on the standard at 226, and the premium at 258. This is a tier 7 vehicle, so pen is no problem whatsoever. DPM is great, but obviously, the British tank destroyers have one big issue, and that is mobility. This thing only goes 20 kilometers per hour forward. So, in today's video, we're going to be asking the question, can this gun make up for the downside of the mobility and not fantastic armor? The issue with the armor is, yeah, sure, it can get bounces, but that massive little wart sticking out on the roof, and also those other ones too, you can easily penetrate, which makes it not as good as you'd wish on the armor. The whole hull is about 220 thick, which is pretty solid for a tier 7 vehicle, but yeah, it's not the best. But 225 damage per shot with only a 4.2 second reload. Whoo mama, count me on. So let's see what we can do in this game. Now, it's very weird because of where the gun placement is. So on this side of the battle, where I was spawned, I'm kind of in the worst because you have to see I'm going to have to poke all the way around the corner to use the gun. But if I spawned on the other side, I would hide a lot of the armor, and it'd be a lot better off for me. So it's very, very weird. But here we go, one shot into the SU-152. Maybe we'll be able to poke out another, but we got the M6 over here. Let's aim it on him. There you go. Great thing about this gun, as I said, is that penetration causes really just no issues whatsoever cutting through enemy armor. So let's see if we can finish off maybe that SU. Just going to take a couple pot shots there. IS-2 maybe spot somebody. Ooh, there's the SU, but looks like that guy is not poking anytime soon. So we got the Smasher down in the dips, and I'm very tempted to just push this guy because obviously I've got way, way more damage per minute than a vehicle like the Smasher. So maybe, ooh. Don't want to get hit here by that M6 in the rear as well, though. I was like, is that an SU-152 that just shot me? If it was, I was like, no. Alright, I'm going to push up over here. I know this tank doesn't have the most gun depression, but it does have that great DPM. And what that means is a vehicle like this M6 is in some deep doo-doo right now. Here we go. Hello, M6. How are you doing? I forgot to put adrenaline on this vehicle. Well, that kind of sucks. But good thing is, we don't really need adrenaline to dump damage out on this guy. Like you can see, he's already practically dead, and this is what happens when you give a vehicle this much damage per minute. So let's just try and wiggle here. But again, you can see the downsides is that really, really weak armor in certain aspects. There you go. Nice snap into the SU-152. And with that, we're not doing too bad this game, honestly. We're going to try and get some shells now into the enemy Smasher. This guy's obviously going to feel the pain as we're tapping our second shell into him now. Like, that's where DPM is great. The ability that we've already done 1,900 damage in that really short amount of time is fantastic. And that's why I kind of love vehicles like this, even though they're not great. Giving something just a massive chunk of DPM is always fun, and I'm not even running adrenaline. I could have been running adrenaline here, probably getting out a bigger amount of damage here. So there's one shell into the T-34-100. Here's the second shell into the T-34-100, and people don't really realize that this thing just keeps on pumping shells out. Like, that's 3 shells we've already dumped into that poor guy. In one shot, he got back into me. So, yeah, even though he did penetrate me with heat on the front, he really didn't get away with it all too easy. So let's go here. Let's tap a shell into the Type 62. And with that, there you have it, everybody. That was 2,847 damage, and that was a victory. Now, I don't know where this 44-100 really ran away to. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to catch this guy. That's one of the issues, again. Mobility, not really the best. You will struggle to catch light tanks, and being flanked will probably be a big issue. But for the first game, not bad at all. I am going to put adrenaline on it, though. I definitely forgot to do that. 114,000 credits. Wow, I must have had a ×5 on it, but let's go to consumables, and let's plop that on. That's going to be 20% more DPM for about 15 seconds. And when you think about that, that's ridiculously high on the DPM values. Now, this is a Tier 8 game, obviously, where I will struggle a little bit more. But the great thing to know about a tank like this is this has the second most DPM in Tier 7. In fact, this has more DPM than the P-43, the FE-201, the Dracula. It's got more DPM than the Action 10, the Glacial, the T-26, and as well the T-49. In fact, it's got more DPM than every vehicle on my team. That is where this tank is great, is the fact that even though it might be slow, it does have the most DPM in this battle, which is great. So I can kind of just still get away with poking, getting shots on the enemy tanks, but I'm going to stay at the back of the map, at least for the beginning, because I'm going to see how many shells I can dump out. Now, it does have a decent camo rating, and you can see that here, not being detected by the enemy team while I'm backing up. So let's get back in the position, maybe get some nice shots into, like, the Action 10 here. Aim, aim, aim. I don't know if he's going to poke it. You never know with these players, but wonder how much damage can an HE do to him? None. Oh, boy. I thought that an HE would do maybe like something, but no, that's just a big whopping 0. What if we shoot at his lower plate? Oh yeah, look at that. Nice tap, 236. I'll take it. Maybe we can get another out. Yeah, there you go. Maybe we can even put on our adrenaline here, get another out. Oh, I thought we could, but you know what? We'll get one into the glacial, and well, let's keep going here. Let's go for a second one in the glacial. Like, you can start to see where the DPM on this tank really is insane. We're just ripping shell after shell after shell. And honestly, we've pretty much permatracked this T-2064 right now. There's nothing he can do. Look at this. Oh my god. The DPM is insane. Oh my god. I don't even care if I've been hit. I want to kill this guy. There you have it, folks. We just permatracked a pretty much full health tier 8. And even though we got shot, definitely worth it in the long run, because we're sitting at 2,000 damage already. Like, that's actually insane. So we got the Action 10 over here. I wish we could pen him here, but maybe not. Maybe not yet. Ooh, Action 10, are you going to poke that? Come on, buddy. We've also got that Glacial off to the side, so I'm going to get back into this bush. Maybe that Glacial is going to decide to poke this. You never really know what's going to go through the enemy's mind, of course. Ooh, Glacial doing a bit of a poke. Come on, Action 10. You know you want to drive out. See, this is the issue with obviously being an immobile tank, is the disadvantage of your mobility. I don't really have the advantage of pushing out here and trying to get shots into the enemy tanks. But I'm going to go for it. Honestly, I'm kind of bored. That's one of the things that I get very quickly in with this vehicle is bored. So if I push over here, maybe we can get some nice shots into like this FV. Ooh, come on, and yeep. Yes, this is where the DPM shall come in handy. Oh boy, there's 2 shots going into you, and well, this guy, he is DED. Now we've got the Action 10 back up on this hill. Maybe we can get some nice shots into your lower plate, or not. That kind of sucked. Come on, Action 10, poke it again. You know you want to. But again, either way, we're sitting at already a very, very high amount of damage per minute. And that's just what this vehicle's able to do, is get out these ridiculous damage numbers. So here we go. Come on, let's go. We've got the Dracula over here. Let's get a nice shot into you. We can even plop on our... Oh, I guess not. I was going to put on my adrenaline, which I did end up doing, because I thought I might need it there, but no, I guess we really did not need the adrenaline. So I'm going to pop this side of the hill here and see if we can get some nice shots into the side of the Action 10. We've got the T-49 over here as well, but I don't really know what to be worried about right now. Ooh, this 49, though, he's pretty nasty. Hello, Action 10. How you doing, comrade? Let's get a nice tap into the 49, and with that, maybe, just maybe, I was going to say maybe we can get a shot into that 49. No, I'm losing my mind. Into the Action 10. God, I'm really losing it right now, but looks like we didn't need to, as we got a pretty beefy shell out, and we hit him in the gun. Really hit him in the gun and did nothing with the HE. But again, this was a tier 8 battle, and you saw what happened to that T-2064 when he poked wrong. He lost literally every bit of his living hit points. We took over 1,074 off him, permatracking him. We permatracked the Glacial pretty much, got 500 off him. We chopped the Action 10 for 691. We got the FV301. Like, it's actually insane how quickly a vehicle that has super high DPM is able to get out damage. But when you think about it, when you're sitting at so much DPM that you are way more than any other vehicle that you're coming up against, even if you don't have much armor and even if you don't have much mobility, just having that ability of damage per minute really gives you an edge over any other vehicle. That's why DPM can always be key if you've got a bit of alpha behind it, and this vehicle's actually got a pretty chunky alpha. So hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you wanted to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.